everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 17 of Direwolf20's Enigmatica6 Let's Play series, where I've just gotten back from a little mining expedition. Deposited most of my resources in my fancy-dancy new refined storage system, which I'm very excited to be playing with. Gonna be dropping all that stuff off right now. And today's plan is I'd like to make sure that we're good on power. So there's a couple of things I want to do about this. First off, I want to upgrade my magmator. So I'd like to get the magmator up to the blazing tier probably, or we could do the niotic tier. That generates 900, this generates 400, so that's a pretty big difference in terms of RF generation. But I also want to get the solar panels as well today, if we can. Maybe a little bit of autocrafting. And then very soon want to get into those other mods that I was telling you guys about. What quest did I complete? Oh, that's right. I put a void upgrade. Oh, Scavenger's Delight. Don't mind if I do. Put a void upgrade on the chest that's collecting my dried kelp in the crate farm. While I was over there, it occurred to me I should probably get around to doing that. So if I wanted to upgrade you, how hard would that be? I could take an existing magmator of any tier, get 5 crystals plus 4 crystals is a total of 9 crystals. And that should be good. So I need 9, and we've got 1 so far. Or we could do the diamond tier of the magmator, and that would be 5 plus... So that makes 1, so we need 8, right? Plus 5, so 13 diamonds. How did I do on my diamond collection? I think I did pretty good. Yeah, not bad. So I might jump straight to diamond tier on this. Now, I think this is going to take a little while to craft because it needs 300,000. Wow, and we are hurting for power just a smidge. Actually, while that's running, we're losing power in our controller here, so that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. We're just going to have to be very careful about this. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to... Oh, and you reset! Oh, rip. Oh, big rip. Big rip. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. Now, here's a question, because I make questions like this sometimes. Net gain of power? So that's actually... That's working? Yes. Very much a net gain of power now. Tick acceleration to the rescue. How great is that? How great is that? Tick acceleration to the rescue. And now you should be really cooking. I guess this is basically telling me how much RF a tick I'm producing right now. If you read it that way. Now what I would wager is back here, I moved my player transmitter. And you're probably like, why'd you move it, Dyer? Well, the player transmitter was getting power before the controller, and after I went mining and my mining gadget recharged, I ran out of power over here. So I'm like, you know what? We have to move that thing. Sweet. Okay, cool. So when I collect this crystal, I should get a quest completion, which does 2 things for me. First off, this dude, energizing rods. That's cool. So a couple more energizing rods, which will probably be a little bit of a problem. And I only say a little bit of a problem because they're going to have a large buffer, I would wager. They have a buffer of 1.5 million RF each. So that's a hefty buffer of power. But it will also lead to faster crafting, I suspect. Look at how nice that's looking now. Isn't that great? I do like the whole, that thing. That's neat. And we'll probably wind up upgrading these guys eventually. Eventually. So if you need to do 300,000 now, is this going to be a lot faster? See how much faster it is? Because these diamond tiers can transmit energy a lot quicker. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. Definitely better. Definitely better. All right, so I need to make these 13, and then I'm going to upgrade my magmator. Now, just for curiosity's sake, if we wanted a solar... See, these are expensive, but they don't seem to generate that much more power. Like, here's my concern about the solar panels, right? He'll generate 220 for this. And, I mean, that's not that expensive. And now if I wanted to go up to the Niotic tier, which is the diamond tier, it's going to cost me 11 diamonds to make that. And it's only going to generate 520 RF. So that's not a huge upgrade for the change in cost. Even the top tier, which needs several nether stars, will only generate 720 FE. So the solars, like the low tier solars are good, the higher tiers are not good. So I feel like what I should do is probably just make a bunch of small solars. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, cool. The lasers are different colors. That's neat. I love that. That is super cool. So that's my plan. Now you, sir, is 2.5 FE per tick for the ender cell. Is that what you can transfer? Yes. So at some point, we're going to need to upgrade our ender cells to be able to transfer more RF a tick. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But I think upgrading the magmator first is my priority. We'll upgrade the magmator. We'll make a couple low-level power cells to just augment power production. And then we'll be good for a little while. Deal? Deal. You know, not for nothing, but these solar panels are pretty cheap to make. I'm just saying. So now if we got our Powah cell here, and let's say we wanted to put them up on our roof. Why does it look so dark out? Is it raining? It might be raining. Might be raining-ish. It's not a thunderstorm, but it's raining. But this could go up on our roof. Let's see. How would I want to do this? Maybe I'll put the power cell here. We'll put these dudes here. And then we can kind of really just expand it out however we see fit. Sweet. Looks like he's making power. So that's pretty good. Now I have no wireless transmitter in range because I am really draining a lot of power. Really draining a lot of power into these guys. But they should be filling up now. They're getting awfully close to being full. And then once we're full, we'll be in good shape. Hey, 510 RF. That is a lot better because that's the two 220s, right? So 220 and 220 is 440 plus 70 is 510. That adds up perfectly. That's exactly what you would expect. Sweet. So as soon as this guy fills up his buffer, which is happening now, that should kick back on. And this is back up and running. Cool. I want at least a few more of these, right? So let's get some more dielectric paste. I can get my buckets. Right? And then we can make more dielectric paste from lava. Which I like going the lava route because it's way easier and more renewable than the blaze. Okay. And then we want 1, 2. We're gonna want glass. Normal glass. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? And then we're gonna want 3 more of these bad boys. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. That's actually really perfect. And then we can go up here. Now, obviously, these only work during the day, but it doesn't look like rain's a problem for them, which is nice. Oh, and they kind of even multi-block. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Now, here's a question. Here's a question. Is that necessary, or do they connect to each other? That does appear necessary. So see how his buffer's filling up? And now his buffer should be dropping. Because he transfers at 250 RF a tick, he generates 220. So it's going to slowly drop, but it'll drop all the same. So yes, the cables are required. Even though these look like they connected texture, they don't actually connect to each other from an RF perspective. So, well, like, you can't just have, like, it would be cool if I could put them directly on the undercell. That would be super cool. But now we're producing a decent amount of power at this point. Solar's good. But low tier solar is good. High tier solar sucks. That's my interpretation of how this goes, right? Like low tier solar good, high tier solar bad. All right, now you guys should laser it up. You're gonna drain, but not too bad, to be totally honest. And then we can get our magmator upgraded to the next tier, which, frankly, this is going to be a little expensive, but probably worth, right? Because the magmator right now, the basic, generates 70. We're doing diamond tier, which will generate 900. That's not bad. That's not bad. So part of me likes the idea of maybe setting this to redstone signal on. What are the chances that a comparator output exists for you? Do we think that's a possibility, that they would like output a redstone signal based on something? Something's happening, right? Something's happening, right? Yes. Yes, it is. So what if we did... We're going to have to figure out how this is going to connect. But what we could probably do is something like this. You ready? Okay. Cables for you. Now, these guys wind up not stacking because I think they store energy in some way. But maybe underneath is where we'll have the cables flowing to. Okay. So we could do something like this. And you know what actually I want is, let's do this. No connection there. You'll give me that back. Maybe not quite this far. But essentially, we'll run our cabling like this. And that should bring my guy back online. Yep. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. And then what we can have is something like this. So if I ran the redstone comparator out the back, and we put a repeater here, just a normal vanilla repeater. Here's my thought process. And then we set you to run on redstone off. He should not be running anymore, right? All right, so we're losing power. You guys are all full, so that's good. That's kind of what I want. It's kind of what I want. Now, if we slept through the night, we should start gaining power. Now, my theory is that once we drop below a certain percentage, he'll toggle on with the comparator, and that might be cool. But we should have a net gain now because it's daytime. So we're actually in good shape. And if we were to turn you off for a sec, we'll see you're not really using lava. Cool. So no lava in use. Now I'm going to upgrade you. So what I'm going to say is I want a couple of these. We're going to need more of these, which are basic capacitors. Okay. Going to want 2 of them at the diamond tier. And there you go. Cool. So now your redstone signal is on. Off. Off is what we want. Pop this bad boy back down. He's going to dump his lava, which is good. and then you're cool, right? Now, if we wanted you to run, we could disconnect this cable real quick, and that would have you running and draining lava at a pretty steady rate, but also producing a lot of power. But that's a not bad bit of automation, really. Sweet. I like it. I think that's pretty good, right? That's not a bad way to automate that. So this way, in this way, we're prioritizing solar. Now, it is safe to say that at some point we might wind up with a case where we're flickering power, because power will drain and it'll do the flicker thing. So that's always a bummer. I'm checking out this block real quick. The power monitor. The power monitor can set out a redstone signal depending on the amount of power in the target block. So I just want to see how you work. Do you have that? That is a new block. Ooh, min, max. The logic input facing there has a GUI that you use to control the power range where it should emit a redstone signal. Okay. Okay. So that's probably still going to cause a flickering mechanic, would be my guess. Right? Okay. Just toying with the numbers a little bit. I'm not quite sure if there would be a cool way to make this happen. Yeah, because he's full right now, so it would probably be a little tricky to play with. But I think what we've got going on for now is going to be enough. It's enough to keep it, you know, behaving. What I would love to be able to do is have like a toggle switch so that if it's like at 30% it toggles on the generator, and then at 60% it toggles off. But I don't think that would be too easy to set up with our current tech level. Oh, hey, by the way, Solar Panel gave me a quest. Powah Loot Box gave me some blue ice. Hooray. Cool. Is there anything else that... Lens of Ender, X-ray mode. Oh, this just lets you... Solar panels can run without actually seeing the sky, which I don't think is necessary. I think we're good now. All right, so I would say our RF power gen is in a pretty good place, isn't it? Like, this is good, that's good. Like, everything's pretty cool here, and we are in a good place for doing all the things. Now, what kind of stuff? Ooh, I got a lot of uraninite, niotic crystals. Okay, cool. That's a lot of uraninite. Dry ice, a lot. So for 1 emerald, I'll get 8 blocks of niotic crystal for a quest reward. Not too shabby. This guy requires a nether star, so we're a little ways off from making that, but still, that's pretty cool. I don't see why I wouldn't just real quick get an emerald. We're a little low on emeralds. A little low on emeralds. I'm going to hold off on doing that quest by now, but I will keep in mind that it exists. So next time I feel like playing with Powah, that would be a good thing to do. So yeah, I'm going to call this good. I'm going to call this good and done now, right? So you're not running and you won't until we need to. Now, one other thing I'd like to do is get a redstone furnace from thermal real quick. I don't want to dive too deep into thermal at this moment, but what I want to do is real quick make one of these just because I would like to. Mostly because I don't want to have to be feeding coal into my furnaces anymore. I feel like that's not a fun time. So having this all be replaced with a nice and simple furnace. And for now, I'll probably just stick it here. And eventually, we'll probably do the whole thermal suite thing, right? Like, eventually, we'll do the whole thermal suite thing. But this makes it nice and easy for me to eventually run some power cables up here, right? Now, if it turns out we need higher tier energy cables and whatnot at some point, so be it. We will deal with that when the time comes. Perfect. Cool. And then you guys run straight down there, and then you should be getting power. Nice. Looking good. Looking real good. Okay. Neat. So that'll like make smelting easier. And part of the reason I wanted to do that is I would like to get a couple crafters and get auto-crafting going. So we made the pattern dude here. We can go ahead and make you JEI synchronized two-way. And what I want to do for the rest of this episode is just get a few things cooking. Now, can I craft from you? Probably not. But I want to get a few basics going here. Just to have... That's enough. A few crafters ready to go. And we won't go too crazy on this. But what I will do is make sure that we're ready to roll. So let's get 3 crafters. Does that sound good? So 3 of you. 3 of you. And then I'm going to need 6 of these, which can clearly go directly into here. Nice. Now, real quick for thermal, do I have to get too deep to make like 1 or 2 little quickie early upgrades for things? Like this guy, you need Invar, which I think I could probably pull off. Because I think I can make Invar dust. First off, do we have any Invar? No. Do we have a thermal quest line? I'm sure we do. We do. And we get the wrench for it. Hooray! One of my favorite wrenches. One of my favorite wrenches. And a redstone furnace will get me a few things. So you, sir, are cool. No, just... That's right, I don't have a magnet, and I forget that I don't have a magnet some days. Quest complete. Cool. Alright, that's nifty. Well, there we go. Reinforced integral components. Augmented. There you go. Ha! You guys saw that. That was not me cheating. That was 100% me getting lucky. That was 100% me just luckily happening upon exactly the item I wanted. I guarantee you that had that occurred off camera, you guys would be like, sure, Dyer. Sure, you happened to get the exact item you were hoping for out of that random quest reward loot. We believe you. And I would be like, no, guys, for reals. No, guys, for reals. Cool. Okay. Now, how do we want to run these cables? Does that sound cool? I like that. And I wouldn't mind the crafter manager, this dude, but he needs 2 crafters and a few more processors. Rip. But he is nice to have. I'm going to hold off on him for a few minutes. What I do want to do is stick this back here, though. And get some cables cooking. Hello, friend. Thank you for your donation. Cool. And then we could probably go by with a simple importer. That'll probably be where I start. Just so, and then your sidedness will be such that you import on the back and allow output on the right. I think that should be fine. I think that should be fine. Cool. So just so we can quickly automate this dude, I feel like would be neat. Maybe what I want to do... Do I want him on the top, you think? I might want him on the top. Might not be a terrible idea. Will you rotate these yet? No. But I have the wrench for refined. There you go. Perfect. And then technically... you guys aren't needed no mores. Perfect. Good. Really got to figure out what causes that. Looking forward to that bug being fixed. Let's just put it that way. All right, cool. So then you're now going to insert on the top. Sweet. So now if I wanted to make some, you know, simple patterns, we could do that, right? Like you. What else will I probably want to know how to make? Patterns would be this. Glass would probably be cool. I don't want exact mode. And do we have regular glass? Because I'd really prefer that you use normal glass. 3 glass. Okay, cool. Quartz enriched iron. What else am I going to want here? I should teach it how to make glass from sand. I'm guessing this is any sand. Like, can we make it normally, like, just default sand? Are any of these sand? No, I don't have any normal sand. Why would I have normal sand? Just makes life too easy. But it should be okay. I really like when it has the right kind of sand on it, though. We'll be right back. I'm going to go sleep through the night, run and get some sand, be right back. You know, before I do that, do I have the stuff to make a travel staff? I 100% have the stuff to make a travel staff. Sweet. Oh, can I not teleport through walls? Actually, you don't work at all. Sneak and right-click to short-range teleport. Look at travel anchor to warp. You don't work at all. Well, that's a bummer. He doesn't do anything. Why don't he work? I wonder. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. His cooldown's a little bit short, and his range is a little bit short. That is funny, though. Yeah, this is a mod called Travel Anchors. What it adds is the Travel Anchor from Ender.io, the Travel Staff from Ender.io, and a book called Teleportation and Range, which I assume these ranges will increase the range of this. I wonder if I could just throw that in an enchanter and Bob's your uncle. Oh, guess we'll find out. But the reason I came out here was sand. Cool. That's a neat mod, right? It's hilarious that that trinket prevents the teleportation, though. Hilarious that that trinket was preventing the teleportation, though. Alright, so I want you to be normal sand. Cool. 1 sand equals glass, and that should be cool. And I wouldn't mind you knowing how to make a crafter. So I'm going to give you the ways to make all the crafter items. So real quick, you already know how to make this. You should learn how to make this. Flabolite from Better End Store. So that won't be exact mode for sure. We want that off. Whatever fits, fits. I'll let that be anything, right? And then the other crafter things should be the smelting recipes for this and this. And you're going to go in there. And then did I teach you more patterns yet? No. I should teach you how to properly make patterns. Cool. Cool. Though I still want you using... Actually, wait. I did teach you how to make patterns, so never mind. I'm going to go put you... This is why you need the pattern manager, but we'll get there eventually, I promise. So you and you guys. Perfect. So can I make like 10 of these? We're missing 3 sand. But now I should be able to make 10 of these. Cool. Look at it go. That thing must have smelted fast, huh? Yeah, he's pretty quick. No complaints. For how little effort I put into that. Mostly by virtue of the fact that I got exceedingly lucky. But yes. but yes. And then I want you to know how to make these and these. And that can go in there. You know what, while I'm at it, how about these? And these. Cool. Not a bad start to refine storage and Powah gen. Liking Powah. I'm liking Powah. Occupied space 9 out of 9. Current speed 1x. Ooh. That's new. I don't remember that being there before. Alright, so I'm going to call that a good wrapping up point for the episode. So we have basic auto-crafting going. We did get this. I wouldn't mind seeing if we can get this guy upgraded. Do we have anything that's travel? Enchanted book? Just curious if there happens to be anything. Teleportation on that one. I think that makes it so you can like shift click a sword, even though this is not enchantable, so that's a bad example, but you know what I mean. You can shift click an enchantable sword and it'll teleport. It's cool. But this will let me travel through walls, which is worth it. And then adding the range upgrades to it, I'm curious to see how good that gets. So, yeah, liking that. Very much liking that. All right, wrapping up point for the episode. Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll come back next time and get into... I think the one I'm going to start with is occultism. This is the mod I want to check out next episode. Hope you guys are excited because I am. All right, guys, take it easy.